So this is the 330 Roach Warren play. Okay, you're gonna open up pretty standard again. Like I mentioned before, this is best on short rush distance maps like Beckett and Jagannatha. It's really bad on maps that have a ramp into the natural. So Oxide and Romanticide for this season would be really bad ones. The other two, it's kind of neutral. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But you're going to open up 16, 18, 17. There's nothing fancy about that here. The only real change to this build is you want to get to 36 drones by 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
My skin is
Yo,
green.
thank you for the
know what
bits.
else is? Cash
Appreciate it.
money. Spend it on
So
this
you want to get
Twitch
to
channel.
36 drones by 3 minutes and 30 seconds. You don't want to... You still want to make a third base. You still want to make queens and all that. Sometimes I cut going a creep tumor. Sometimes I don't. The more standard you can make this look, the better it is for you. The big difference with this is you can get metabolic boost immediately. You don't have to. But you're going to leave 3 out of 3 on gas. So you don't want to ever pull off of gas with this build. Because you're going to want to have a lot of gas for once we get to 330. So we'll just fast forward. A little bit of micro here. He's attacking with the Reaper. It's no big deal. Doesn't really matter what they're doing on the other side of the map. This is just kind of an all-in here. We're taking the third base. We would have preferred to take this one on this map simply because of the speed zones and it reduces the rush distance. But again, not that big of a deal. I did do double inject to start. You can go creep tumor here if you want to. I just find that going double inject helps me get to the 36 drone mark by 330. But we actually even surpass it here in just a little bit. Yeah, I think I even go inject at the natural again here. Which is fine. We don't really need all that much creep to do this. So we're at 29. We have 8 on the way, so I'm actually going to hit 37. And it's 3 minutes and 30 seconds. So... Again, this is one of those situations where if they do scout it, it's not the end of the world, but if you know, you don't have to have them scout it, right? If you can delay it a second or two, it's fine. So I actually make a Roach Warren here because it was the farthest point away from the Reaper at the time. I also thought maybe I had killed it and he made a mistake, but it looks like it did survive, and I put a gas in the main. Basically, you just want to get back up to 36, so remake those 2 drones. And then just hold your larva, make a few overlords. So I'm making 3 that you can see here now. And then I do start another queen because I see I have a good amount of money. But after that, we just want to bank up all of our resources. Banking up, banking up. No big deal. So this game goes a little bit strangely. I'll show you that here in a bit. We're basically, yeah, we're just waiting for a Roach Warren. And then we want to make 12 roaches. I think I might make 13 here on accident, but 12 is the number. Oh no, I even make 14. Okay, that was a mistake. But the reason why is because we want to have like 9 roaches and 3 ravagers with this. So as soon as your roaches pop, start making ravagers. I do see that he's going for a Hellbat Marine timing. I didn't scout that at all, so we kind of just lucked our way into a blind counter, which is pretty terrible for him. So this is going to go really badly for him. Because I already have a ton of roaches, I'm already making ravagers. So this is already held. And because he's going to lose a majority of this, if not all of it, we're in just an incredible spot. So if you see this kind of stuff where they lose a bunch of their units to start with, it's basically over. Like, it's basically instantly a GG. I do lose 1 Ravager, not the most fantastic, but he loses all of his Marines and all of his Hellbats. Now we have stopped making roaches and we're making Zerglings. So again, we wanted to take Metabolic Boost, and you want to just make Speedlings from this point on to help you rally across the map. What's happening on the other side of the map? We're attacking the wall. He did leave it open for a second, but it wasn't fast enough to snake in, and he's going for a Banshee. Banshee can hold this if they have a really good wall, and they have a Banshee out pretty quickly, but you'll see that he is not really going to have that. All we're really trying to do here is, with your 3 Ravagers, you can buy all this down. He shouldn't really have anything that's going to be in range of your Roaches or your Ravagers, unless he has a Siege Tank here. It's also important, and I didn't go over this at the beginning, send your Overlords this side of the map. So I have 1 Overlord. This was my first Overlord of the game. This is my second Overlord. Because if they do retreat to the high ground and they have like a Siege Tank, like 2 Siege Tanks, or they have a Banshee or something like that, you want to bring this Overlord over here so that we can see the high ground and bile down one of these supply depots without putting our units in danger. Yeah, but from here it's extremely straightforward. We just kind of crack the wall. He doesn't really have anything to defend. He has a Banshee. Don't be afraid to try to bile these down. Sometimes they're not paying attention. Obviously, you don't want to bow down your own units, but you can get a free unit every now and again. And that is going to be it. That's going to be it. GG. If they didn't go for this push, your timing is going to look very, very similar. Obviously, you'll get here faster. And again, the reason why I like this on Beckett so much is because it's the shortest rest distance map in the game right now, so you can get there extremely quickly. And if they're not really crisply timed with their siege tank or their banshee or whatever it is, you're probably going to just kill them. If they have a whole bunch of bio, it's really good for you. Because bio in the early game sucks against a lot of Roaches and Ravagers, plus you have a lot of Zerglings to hold as well. It's very tough to hold this. You have to have either Siege Tanks or Banshees, and you have to have them in the right position, and you have to have them early enough. Because you can just, if they just have 2 Banshees, for instance, you can just kind of force your way through. You'll eventually lose all your units, but not before they lose all their SCVs. Nice, and that's it. Go out there, get some free MMR. I really like this build a lot.